today is I've been studying a lot of entrepreneurial successful achievements, all those kind of seminars, and I'm a bit confused with many of the successful teachers and gurus of personal development and success say that success is on the other side of your comfort zone. You know, they say things like we must do things that are uncomfortable in order for us to grow and learn. I just wanted to ask, how does this fit in with the path of least resistance and following our bliss and only doing things if they feel good?
It doesn't. But we know what they're talking about because contrast does give birth to desire. Just before a segment of refreshment, we came to a strong culmination that we want to pick up from, especially in light of what you're talking about here, because contrast puts components into that vortex or into that vibrational reality. That law of attraction helps to gather momentum, and if you are in the receptive mode, then often you receive an idea or a desire or an inspiration or an impulse. So, of course, it takes some of all of that in order to give birth to the expansion that you will always be about. But at some point, you have to deliberately and consciously contour the frequency of your being to match your own desire. And so, since we know about the vibration of a question being different than the vibration of an answer, if you stay in the vibrational frequency of the question, the answer will never occur to you. If you are continuing to beat the drum of a problem, the solution, which is a totally different frequency, cannot occur to you. And so, of course, contrast is important to the whole, but you all have put enough components into your vortex that there are enough ideas ripe and ready for your reception to keep you busy for 20 or 30 lifetimes. So the idea that one must struggle, or one must strive, or one must push through the uncomfortable in order to be comfortable is really going about it the hard way, because well-being is dominant, sometimes by persevering, even under uncomfortable conditions, and things still turning out well. It can, in time, cause you to sort of relax and realize that it's going to be all right. But it is a mediocre and very slow way of moving forward, and it isn't what you intended. You are genius creators who know about energy, who know about vibration, who have the ability to focus your thoughts in a direction that allows you the maximum benefit. And it is our promise to you that once you have launched a desire and you are moving forward in any moment and feeling uncomfortable in that moment, you've pinched yourself off from your true resources and from your true ability to receive the right impulse at the right time.
Okay. For example, I'm writing a book right now, and my mentors who are working with Bob Proctor, he shared the stage with you on The Secret. He is all about trampling the terror barrier, breaking through, doing things that you would not normally do in order for you to grow. So if we don't do those things, if I don't go into the doing things of things, I just feel and I just meditate every day and I think about what I want, my outcomes. If I don't go and do those uncomfortable things, I feel like I'm not getting anything done.
You see, don't misunderstand. We're not saying don't do them. We're saying do the meditating, do the aligning, do the getting in a receptive mode until you are a receiver of the inspiration, and then follow through with your action on the inspiration that you received. We're talking about aligning and being inspired to the action rather than pushing yourself from your awareness of what you don't want. Okay. This teacher does not know the secret.
Okay, I think that might come from my belief of having doubt about my own abilities then.
But think about what that doubt is. What does doubt mean? What does any negative emotion mean? But specifically, what is doubt indicating to you?
I'm not thinking what my source is thinking.
you're not in alignment with your own desire. And so as long as you're not in alignment with your own desire, is any action that is coming from that place of alignment going to get you to your desire? So does it mean you're stuck there forever? Or does it mean right now, this thought is a hindering thought?
Yes. Okay.
When you think about an emotion of doubt, does that come up with you often?
Yes. Especially in my own ability. I truly believe that I'm not smart enough to do what I want to do.
But here's something that we want you to consider. And you're the first person that we're speaking with after this astonishing revelation of what desire really is and where desire comes from. So that is a credit to your place of understanding, yes? In other words, here you are in this leading edge conversation about to explore something that hasn't been adequately or even begun to be understood. So that matters. Good for you. And here's what it is. You put pieces of your desire into your vortex. Law of attraction assembled them, helped momentum come to them. Your source tended them, understood them, became them. And then, what happened as that vibration began turning to a thought, which will turn to a thing? What was the evolution? How does that vibration become a reality? What happened? You received an idea. And how is it possible that you could receive an idea? Doesn't that count for something in your worthiness? Doesn't that count for something in your capability? If you have the ability to desire it, look how far you've come. Look what life has caused, and look at the receptive mode you must have been in. And if you can get in the receptive mode enough to get the idea, you can stay in the receptive mode long enough to see it out all the way. That's a really good thing to understand. So you get the idea and it felt good for a minute before you remembered that you're not worthy, or before you remembered that you're not good at this, before you started beating that old drum that isn't accurate, that isn't real, that doesn't matter, that you learned somewhere else along the way, that you picked up. Because what those teachers are actually saying to you is, you've got to already be successful in order to have success. And what we're saying to you is, you're already successful if the idea came to you. The success came in the desire. Now see it out. And the way the desire feels, when the desire feels good to you when it first comes, you have to find a way to keep it continuing to feel good to you. And when you find yourself doubting, it's not feeling good to you. So do something about it. Change the thought. Remember, go back to the basics. Remember the law of attraction and how it persists. Remember that the idea was born within you and what a good thing that is. Helpful?
Yes.
What else?
With intelligence or talent, I was just wondering, was it possible for, because of my belief that I'm not smart enough to do something?
Now you're going to stay there?
No. Am I able to
Be or do or have anything that you desire?
Yes. Yes. Can I?
Do you desire everything? Do you desire to get on a cable and walk across the Grand Canyon? If you had a desire, you could do it, but that's not something that you care about, is it? In other words, so every desire that everybody in the world has is not your desire, but when it becomes your desire, you can. So are you beating up on yourself for the desires that you don't even hold? Are you saying, I can't do everything when you don't even want to do everything? You didn't come to do everything. You came to do the specific things that this life inspired you to. You came to fulfill your intention. You came to continuing to be the extension of who you really are. And so we're very strong with you about this because we really want you to understand. You're beating up on yourself because there are some desires that you don't even hold. You have some desires that have been slow in unfolding.
Yes.
And do you know what the reason for anything being slow and unfolding is?
Keeping myself away from my desires by allowing the doubt and negative self-criticism.
Good for you. So it's not because you're not capable. It's because you're simply not aligned yet. It's not because you're not worthy. It's simply because you're not aligned yet. And when do you know most that you are doing that misaligning thing?
When I feel negative
When you
emotion.
feel negative emotion. So when you feel negative emotion, are you doing something wrong, or is it really good that you're aware of your guidance?
It's good that I'm aware.
Do you know that your negative emotion is the surest indicator of your desire? Think about that. Your negative emotion. Because if your desire didn't exist, then you couldn't contradict it, could you? So isn't your negative emotion evidence that there is an active desire? We think that deserves some awareness on your part. This is going to help you. Oh, this doubt that I'm feeling is evidence of the existence of something that I have only to tune to. I gave birth to something that I am now contradicting. Glory be, I gave birth to something. It's a desire that is unfolding, and I want to enjoy the process. I want to be consciously aware of the unfolding of it. Doesn't that all feel different to you now?